Welcome to Listen by Gene Ginsberg. This audio experience and podcast is all about social media, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, and interviews with top entrepreneurs in the digital and social space. I am your host, Gene Ginsberg, digital marketing expert, #1 best-selling author, and award-winning entrepreneur. I will be sharing with you strategies, tips, and tactics on how to grow your business and your social media following. Thanks for listening. In this episode of Listen by Gene Ginsberg, I welcome my guest, Steven Rosenberg, and we talk about how being an entrepreneur is a marathon and not a sprint, and how it requires a lot of endurance to reach your goals. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
How's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Gene Ginsberg, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We have a great show lined up for you guys. Gene, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, as always. I'm very excited to be here today. And what are we talking about today? I think we're talking about what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur, we should think of it, in my opinion, is as a marathon versus a sprint. What do you think?
I think that that's a great analogy. And I think that anyone that's trying to do it for a sprint or for the short term is going to end up losing in the long run.
Yes, and what we mean by that is that if anybody's ever run a marathon or the process, I actually have run a marathon, and the process of it is that it's a much longer experience. Like, you have a sprint and you're doing it, in 10 seconds and 20 seconds and 30 seconds. So it's much more faster. You put all your energy and effort into your sprint. But with a marathon, it's a much longer process. You have to stop and maybe go to the bathroom. You have to hydrate. You have to stop for water. You have to actually stop or slow down maybe to eat something, because it's not like you can go run 26 miles without having a piece of food or any nutrition or anything like that. So there's points when you're speeding up, and then there's points when you have to slow down a little bit to maybe take some water or take some nutrition or food. So that's how we want to, use the analogy in this case, because we will have, spurts of being an entrepreneur where we're really excited. We're working on a project and we're pushing it forward and we're giving it all of our energy. And that's great. We should have that. That should be like that. But at the same time, after that project is over, we should think about what it's like to slow down. Maybe we should take a break, because it's not sustainable to be doing this to be sprinting all the time. It's not sustainable for our bodies. It's not sustainable for our mental state. So I actually was just listening recently to someone that I follow. I don't know if you know him. His name's Ezra Firestone.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a guru in this space, and he has a couple of brands, and he mostly talks about entrepreneurship, but I guess his claim to fame is kind of e-commerce businesses, and he has a mastermind for people who do Amazon or e-commerce. And I subscribe to his email list, and he sends out videos on a regular basis. And one of the things that he was talking about was exactly that, is that he subscribes to, he's an entrepreneur and he has multi-million-dollar businesses, but he subscribes to the theory that you have to stop or you have to slow down sometimes. And he talks about things like yoga and things like meditation, which are important to you. And it should be to any entrepreneur or any person out there, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, because again, we can't just always be sprinting. What do you think? This podcast is brought to you by the Digital Marketing Method monthly group coaching program, your methodology for growing your business and your social media following. Join me and my group of supportive entrepreneurs and learn how you can grow your business and your social media following, where we cover topics such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email marketing, and so much more. Go to dmgroup.online, dmgroup.online.
Yeah, well, I think that each person is different, and so even if yoga or meditation isn't something that's up your alley, I think that having some kind of outlet to de-stress or disconnect would be a really good thing. I think that trying to find a good pace is really smart, instead of sprinting and then slowing down, sprinting and slowing down, trying to find a happy medium, which can not, it can be really hard to do sometimes. Like you said, when you're in the middle of a project or like have a big client that's very demanding, or, you know, whatever the case is, you want to do all those things and take all that stuff. But yeah, just trying to keep a steady pace, I think, is one of the most useful things that I've done in my past, and being able to not burn myself out so quickly.
Absolutely. So what are some things that you employ as part of your routine? Maybe it's daily, maybe it's weekly, to de-stress and to kind of take yourself away from being an entrepreneur?
Well, I really like to go on hikes. I think hiking is something that's really awesome, or something out in nature. Something I've been doing recently that I've not done before, that I'm really starting to enjoy, is kayaking. I live really close to, you know, the Colorado River, and I've been going out and doing kayaking, and it's just, there's something about being in nature, I think, that's really, really peaceful, and I don't know, it just does something for my body. Maybe it's the sun, I don't know, but I've really been enjoying it. And I do like doing things like yoga and all that stuff. That's fine. I don't know if like doing yoga necessarily for me, you know, de-stresses any business situations. Maybe it does. It probably does, but I don't know.
No, those are very good points. And I can share a little bit of mine. So I've been doing yoga the last couple of years, but I do kind of what's called the yin yoga, or restorative yoga. So for me, it's a little bit it's not like actually being physically active when I'm doing yoga. It's more just, and yin yoga and restorative yoga are more like stretching and holding poses for maybe like a few minutes, versus just regular like vinyasa yoga, which we're all pretty familiar with. So for me, I like the stretching piece of it because I do a lot of running and outdoor stuff, so that really helps me. But also meditation. I've been trying to do meditation every day, like just for 10 minutes, nothing like crazy. But really, I think it allows me to think of my goals. It allows me to like bigger picture goals, not just like what I want to get done for the day, but like big picture goals, like where do I see myself, like almost kind of, you know, visualization is another piece of it. So I think that's important for me. Again, this is just my examples of what I've been doing in the last, I'd say the last year or so, to help me center myself to be a better entrepreneur and to be a better manager, a better leader, just a better, I'd say, person overall.
That's amazing. I think that's really helpful information, and I would love to hear what everybody else does to de-stress and disconnect from their daily lives.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to hear your feedback. What's been helping you? Maybe, you know, share some of your examples, or talk, you know, or if you think that our examples were helpful, absolutely, you know, use those examples in your lives. If you think that maybe yoga or being out in nature is helpful for you to de-stress. I mean, we all need some sort of way to relax outside of being an entrepreneur. So we would love to hear your examples if you want to share those in the comment section. Anything else you want to add, Stephen, before we wrap up this episode?
No, I think it was a great topic and it was a good episode. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. Look forward to seeing you during our next episode.